Press them both. You gotta go both ways.
Alright, Shalom. First thing and foremost, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Bashem Al Shai brought the thumb to the house of David, which consists of the hopefully elect. And just out here, with the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, man. Today is January 6th, the year 2022, the year Yahweh Bashem Al Shai is turning up, man. And we'll go ahead and get right into it, man, because, hey, exciting times that we're in. Very exciting times that we're in, man. I'm going to read this in Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them." And this is talking more so to the believing believers, to the saints. All right, because when you read on, it says, "Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea." All right, because matter of fact, I'm gonna read that again. It says, "Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea," and that word "woe" goes into destruction. All right. And Yahweh Bashem Shai, he's getting ready to do exactly that. Hence the theme for this year. Hey, Yahweh Bashem Shai, 2022, the Lord's turning up, man. All right. It says, "For the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." All right. But you see, on the other hand, all right, again, because it said in the beginning of the verse, "Rejoice, ye heavens, therefore ye rejoice." Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. All right. Because again, knowing that to the saints, as I said, only the saints are in the spirit of wanting to get the hell up out of here, man. So with that being said, because hey, none of us know the exact date or time, but nevertheless, Yahweh Shai, he left us the signs. He left us the signs to let us know that when you start seeing these signs, then know that I'm getting ready to make my second return and deliver mine elect. All right, and again, this is only to the elect of you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. All right, so getting into 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, 2nd Esdras 9:1, it says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that this is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the earth, which he made." So how do we measure the time? How do we know that? How do brothers, because hey man, this is something that we wholeheartedly believe, that we are without a shadow of a doubt, we are in the last times, man, and we just know in our spirit, man, that Yahweh Shai, he's going to make his second return in our lifetime, man, very soon, sooner than what we think. But how do we know that? Because hey, we're paying attention to the signs, we're paying attention to prophecy, right? Get that in Revelation 19. Revelation 19 and 10, it says, "And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not, I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of truth." All right. And you see, because for a long time, this truth has been out there. All right. Which that in itself is prophetic, because hey, the scriptures go into how the truth had to reach the four corners of the earth, the four corners of the earth. All right. This truth had to be preached out there. It had to be put out there by way of the unicorn, aka the internet. All right. That way, everyone that it was intended to hear this word, it would get to them. Whether it be concerning salvation or concerning judgment and your destruction. All right, one way or the other, you heard this word, and like I said, it was either pertaining to salvation, repenting and getting yourself right so that you can receive salvation, or destruction, man. Judgment. All right, death, lamentation, woe. All right, but in order for that in order for everyone to pretty much have received this word, this truth, it had to be preached throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, which again, we know that the truth has been preached throughout the four corners of the earth because, hey, you got Israelites waking up all over the place, throughout all four corners of the earth. All right, our people are waking up. All right, and hey, because the scriptures go into how, because I was, just popped in my head, 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, where it talks about how Esau is the end and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Roughly paraphrasing it. All right, because hey, man, it was prophesied for Esau, Edom, to be the last ruling kingdom on this earth. And from there, we're never gonna have any other nation rule over us ever again. All right, because for one, why have we been in captivity after captivity in the first place? Is due to the fact that we sin, our transgressions and our iniquities. All right, but you see, once we get into that new covenant, all right, no Israelite man, woman, or child is ever going to sin again. So there's not going to be need for us to go into captivity anymore because we're going to be perfect. We're going to be all righteous. Even 2/3 when they come back, because they're going to die on this side, but they're going to come back in the kingdom. All right. And even 2/3, they're going to come back in that perfected state. They're going to be perfect. They're going to be all righteous. All right. So this is the transitionary period that we're in right now. All right. Esau's going down, and Jacob, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, they're next to rule. All right. But again, in order for that to have taken place, all right, well, the prophecy states that we had to fall away as a people. Right. We had to lose our heritage, and we had to lose knowledge of who we were as a people. Talking to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. All right, we had to lose that knowledge. All right, but then we would get it back, and that took place with that small grain of mustard seed. All right, that was planted back during the time of Alba Bivens, which, if we have ears to receive, was Elijah the prophet. All right, John the Baptist. All right. He had to come back, and like I said, through that small mustard seed that was planted. All right. Now look where the truth is today. Again, it's all throughout the earth. Everyone and their mama know about the Hebrew Israelites. All right. So again, how do we know that another sign, that encourages us and uplifts us and comforts us, letting us know that we are almost the hell up out of here? Again, the truth is out there. You got Israelites all over the place. All right, and Esau knows. This is why he's cracking down on the internet. This is why you have all this censorship going on. All right, this is why we got to speak on code, speak in parables and dark sayings on YouTube. And this is why, a lot of us, we have to go to alternative, networks such as BitChute, Odyssey. All right, which eventually, it's all going to be done away with. All right, which is another thing concerning prophecy that has to take place. Because, hey, Yahweh Shema Shai, he's not going to have his men out here forever teaching, Hey, the men of the Lord, they've been out there on the highways and the byways for a long time, man. Many decades, all right? Give a warning to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Well, like I said, the Lord, he's not going to have it like that forever. Eventually, these words, they have to come to pass, and these words have to play out. Judgment must take place, all right? And hey, man, we're slowly but surely. Well, I can't even say that, man, but very hastily are we coming into that time? Because hey, like I read in Revelation 12, right? Hey, Satan knows that his time is short. There's a boundary that the Lord set for Esau Edom that he can't pass. He's not going to pass. He's not going to be able to surpass that boundary, not a millisecond over. Once he gets to that set mark that Yahweh Shema Shai set, all right, then hey, he's going to be taken out of power. And we're very rapidly are we coming to that point. You know, and again, he sees this and he knows it. So this is why he's doing everything that he's doing. You know, they're you know, setting up this thing with NASA because, hey man, they know that Yahushua and the angels are coming. All right. So meanwhile, while they, you know, people making jokes about these things, how NASA's pretty much putting all type of money and resources, spending billions of dollars, right, to create all these defense systems to protect the Earth, blah blah blah, right? While everyone else is laughing at the fact, because you know when we say these things, you know, we're a laughing stock, you know. But here it is, Esau. He's telling you himself. He's showing you himself, you know. And again, meanwhile, everyone thinks this is a joke. Esau, he's taking this very serious because he knows. All right, you know, there's no telling what Esau and the very high tech, what do you call it, microscopes and telescopes, not microscopes, the telescopes that they have, the very powerful telescopes that they have, to where, you know, they can look into the heavens. You know, they can look into the so-called outer space. There's no telling what the Lord be showing them, man. There's no telling what they be seeing. You know, but best believe that, hey, whatever it is that they're seeing, hey, it has them shook. And so much that it recently came out a couple of days ago how basically after I believe it was a 3-year hiatus, basically they're reactivating the CERN again. You know, because if you remember, I believe it was back in 2017, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but basically they sent the message out through CERN, and they got a message back, you know, and you know what that message was. I'm gonna get it. So you can look this up, man, if they haven't taken it down. So you can look this up on Google, man. They sent something out, and they received the message in return, you know. So Daniel chapter 5. Matter of fact, I might just start at the first verse. Because again, hey, the day of Yahweh Shem Shai is going to completely sweep these people like a rug from under their feet. All right? That day is going to catch them as a thief in the night. While everyone is partying and bullshit and thinking that, you know, everything is all sweet, everything is all good, Yahweh Shem Shai, he's getting ready to put his fear on this earth. We're coming into a time of judgment. All right? On the level that we have never witnessed before. This earth has never witnessed this level of destruction that the Lord is getting ready to bring. All right? You know, because Yahweh Shem Shai, he's fed up. Just look at what he did thousands of years ago when he flooded the earth with water. The first death, going into the first death. Well, hey, we're coming into the time of the second death, going into those ICB missiles. All right? You know, that's the Lord's play. All right? And that's his ultimate judgment. All right? So if the Lord was so pissed off thousands of years ago to where he flooded the earth, how much more now? You know, because hey, the Lord was vexed with the earth all those years ago. But how much more now, seeing that wickedness is at an all-time high and things are only getting worse? You know, it's only getting worse, man. Matter of fact, as I was planning on doing a lesson on this, the Lord's will I get around to doing it, to show you how those people that are in our land, all right, those small-ass, big-nosed people, right? I saw this. Like I said, Lord's will I get around to doing a video on it. This is what's currently going on in our land right now. And you see, hey, Yahweh Shem Shai, he's getting ready to clear that whole area out. All right? He's getting ready to clear that whole area out. All right? And how's that going to come by? That's going to come by the ICB missiles as well. You see, because America, you're going to have those ICB missiles hitting different parts of the earth. But America and Israel, the land of Israel is going to be completely wiped out. That whole area is going to be cleared out. All right? But the difference is, America is never going to be built back up. You see, Israel, because that's our homeland, Israel is going to be built back up. And the real people of Yahweh Shem Shai, the real people of who they call God, all right, they're going to be set up back in their homeland. All right? Like I said, those people over there in their land now, they're not the real people. All right? Because if they were, then there would be peace. The scriptures talk about how, hey, when the real children of Israel are over there in the land of Israel, there would be peace. But what do you have going on over there? It's a bunch of war. All right? There's this constant conflict between Israel and the Palestinians, them shining, you know, shots being fired back and forth Because they're not the real people. And the real people aren't in the land. Now, granted, you have some of our people over there because our people have been scattered amongst the different nations. So a lot of our people, they look like the other nations, you know. But as far as a whole, those are not the real people. All right. So you see, like I said, hey, the Lord, he's going to clear the whole area out by way of ICBM missiles. America and Israel are going to be completely wiped out. But like I said, the difference is America is never going to be built back up. This place is going to be turned into complete lake of fire. And when the dust settles, it's going to be one big desert forever as a memorial. But you see, Israel, because again, that's going to be the headquarters. Israel is going to be built back up. All right. But just show you what's going on over there in our land right now. So I got one video queued up. It says, Israel allows surrogacy for gay couples. Right? And you see, because it's no secret, Israel, they perform the most, they have the most, what do they call it? The Pride Fest, right? Like I said, if they were the real people of Yahweh Shem Shai, then that wouldn't be taking place over there. All right, they have one of the most, if not the biggest, Pride Fest in the world. Which again shows you that they're not the people, right? Got another video queued up. Going to, again, what's going on in our land. You know, I'm sure it's the same topic, but it's titled different. I got this video here. It says, Israel approves gay couple, trans single dad surrogacies. So like I said, I'm sure it's the same topic, but it's just worded differently. But again, just to show you a small glimpse of what's going on in our land. And again, to show you why Yahweh Shem Shai, he's going to clear that whole area out. All right. You know, just like he did with, I believe it was the, I think it was the Philistines. Well, basically, there's an account in the Bible where you have some heathens in our land, right? They weren't doing right, and hey, the Lord, I think the Lord sent lions, if I'm not mistaken, all right, to jack them up, to send judgment. He sent judgment, you know. So, hey, man, you know, like I said, if the real people of Yahweh Shem Shai were in the land, then there would be peace. But right now, you got nothing but war going on, man. You know, little kids, you know, 10 years old, 12 years old, that are living in that area, you know, and they talk about how all they know is war because that's what they were born into. So that's all they know, you know. Hearing gunshots and rockets being fired, you know, late at night, you know, that's all they know. Because again, the real people of Yahweh Shem Shai are not in the land. And another thing, according to prophecy, the Lord said he would put us in the land. You see, going back to that declaration in 1948, right, where they consider that prophecy being fulfilled, right? This is why, you know, a lot of brothers refer to them as the 1948ers, because they say that's when the prophecy being fulfilled about the Israelites, the children of Yahweh Shem Shai, being brought into the land. When the Lord didn't put them in that land. All right, they got over there by their own means. Like I said, according to prophecy, the prophecy states that Yahweh Shai is going to put the children of Israel in that land. You know, because hey, he's the one that he kicked us out. You know, so he's going to be the one to put us back into our land. You see, but hey, nevertheless, hey, the Lord is going to clear that whole area out. All right, and this is why we are patiently and eagerly waiting on a war to break out. All right. Because, hey, once a world war breaks out, again, we know that's going to further usher in more quickly our deliverance, right? Which, hey, you know, people are so, you know, adamant about 2022 being their year. Well, hey, as we've been telling you for years, shit's only going to get worse out here. It's only going to get worse out here, you know? And, hey, again, going back to the theme of this year, Yahweh Shem Shai 2022, he's turning up. So it's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse. All right? You know, but hey, going back to Revelation 12 and 12, I'm going to read it again. Revelation 12 and 12 again. We'll go back to Daniel 5. But I'm going to read this one more time. Daniel 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. All right? And why is that? Because, hey, part of the reason we're rejoicing is because, going back to the fact that, hey, World War III is getting ready to pop off. All right, here it is. I think it was North Korea, man. They just tested another ballistic missile, if I'm not mistaken. You know, Russia is basically threatening to turn everyone into ash because, you know, you got Russia's pretty much getting ready to invade the Ukraine, right? And NATO's basically telling Russia to back off. And listen, man, Russia's threatening everyone. They saying that, hey, man, we're going to turn everyone into ash. If y'all interfere with our business, we're turning everyone into ash. You see, so there's a lot of bickering, going back and forth, man. Hey, you know, let it happen, man. Let it happen. Because again, we see these signs, we see these things taking place. All right? And that's the Lord's letting us know that, hey, I'm getting ready to make my second return. So this is not the time to be, you know, to have your panties in a bunch or whatnot. Yeah, we catch our afflictions or whatnot, but hey, look at the bigger picture, man. You know? Because hey, we're only suffering for a little season, man. You know? We're almost the hell up out of here, man. You know? So I'm gonna go back to Daniel because I was making a point. Going back to this CERN, like I said, you know, I think it was like three-year hiatus, right? Well, now they're basically turning the switch back on, man. Why do you think that is? So I'm gonna start at verse Daniel chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, Belshazzar, the king, made a great feast to 1,000 of his lords and drank wine before the 1,000. Belshazzar, whilst he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the golden and silver vessels which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple which was in Jerusalem, that the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines might drink therein. So you see, a part of the reason why Yahweh Shema Shai is going to gather all these nations up and bring them over there to the valley of Jehoshaphat, all right, in the Middle East, Yehoshaphat, all right, the Lord's decision, all right, is because all these nations have had a hand in our downfall. All these nations have partaken in our downfall, right? So the Lord, hey, when he brings them over there to the valley of Jehoshaphat, he's going to judge them. So again, this is another reason why we're looking forward to World War III. All right, these nations are going to get judged for what they did to our people. All right, and again, the end all be all, that's when our deliverance is going to come. Because the people are afraid, when you talk about World War III, right, people are afraid of this topic because, hey, everyone has nukes now. Everyone has these so-called weapons of mass destruction now. Well, hey, the hopeful elect, we've got nothing to worry about. All right, because, hey, they do have so-called weapons of mass destruction. Everyone has nukes now, you know? And, hey, they're going to be put to use, believe it or not. Nuclear fallout is prophesied in the Bible. But again, fret not. We don't have nothing to worry about because when those nukes get shot off, you see, this is going to be a simultaneous event. As those nukes get shot off and as they're coming down, this is when the elect are going to get delivered. This goes into the rapture doctrine that these fake and phony Christians, what they teach. All right, that's when the rapture is going to take place. There's no such thing as a rapture before the Great Tribulation. No, man. The scriptures go into how the hour of temptation, man, it's going to be for the world. All right, so no one's escaping this time of tribulation. No one's escaping Jacob's trouble. No one's getting out of this. All right, you know, we're all going to have to be. We're all going to have to endure. You know, the only difference is, hey, if the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai is with you or not. All right, because only a small remnant the Lord is going to reserve. All right, you know, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved, man. All right, again, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. All right, you know, and hey, all the way until those missiles come. All right, we have to remain faithful in Yahweh Shema Shai. We have to hold fast to our integrity. Because the scriptures talk about how the righteous are scarcely going to be saved. The righteous are scarcely going to make it. You know? So, hey, you know, a lot of us, to the hopeful elect, a lot of us are going to be here as those missiles are coming down. You know? So, like I said, hey, we have to endure to the end, even if it don't look good, man. You know? Even if it don't look good. And you know, your situation looks uncertain. Missiles coming right to you or coming in your area, right? Hey, you still got to hold, you still got to hold fast to your integrity in Yahweh Shema Shai. You know? Because, hey, man, that's going to be a day of chaos, man. Because, again, this is going to be a simultaneous event. Yahweh Shai cracking forth through the clouds. The scriptures go out to how, hey, man, this day is going to be a day of a lot of noise, trumpets blowing, right? You know, all type of stuff is going to be going on in that day, man. People are going to be shitting their pants, crying, wailing, gnashing of teeth. It's going to be one big day of just chaos, man. You know? So, going back to Daniel chapter 5 and verse 2 again. Belshazzar, while he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the golden cup, to bring the golden and silver vessels which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple which was in Jerusalem, that the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines might drink therein. Then they brought the golden vessels that were taken out of the temple of the house of the Most High, which was at Jerusalem, and the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines drank in them. They drank wine and praised the gods of gold and of silver, of brass, of iron, of wood, and of stone. In the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaister of the wall of the king's palace, and the king saw the part of the hand that wrote. So while they were partying and bullshitting, like I said, hey, this is you know, it's the same thing today, you know, because people have the freedom, the liberty to you know, go about and do as they please, all right, because all hell has a break loose here. You can still buy and sell, right? People think themselves to be in good case. People think that things are sweet out here, you know. Here it is, we're coming into tax season. Hey, man, Jake, they're about to get their bread, you know. They're about to get them racks, right? Jake thinking, specifically Jake, because the hell with the other nations, talking specifically about Jake, all right? Jake thinking everything's sweet out here, right? Jake is in that spirit of party and bullshit, right? Well, hey, like I said before, just when you thought everything was all sweet, you thought everything was all good, like I said, hey, really sweep the rug from under your feet. You know, and this is an example of that. As they were partying and bullshitting, celebrating off of our downfall, right? Let me read verse 5 again. In the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaister of the wall in the king's place, the king's palace, and the king saw the part of the hand that wrote. Then the king's countenance was changed, and his thoughts troubled him, so that his joints of his loins were loose, and his knees smote one against another. So, hey, you could just imagine that, man. You know, you're in the spirit of mirth, right? You're partying and bullshit, and hey, you see some explainable thing, you know, and you damn nearly shit yourself. If he didn't shit himself, you damn nearly shit yourself, man. You see, again, it says, then the king's countenance was changed, right? So just imagine, you know, being you're all up in the mirth, drinking, celebrating, right? And then this happens, man. You see a finger writing this, a message on the wall, right? I mean, and immediately, man, your countenance changed, man. Your whole demeanor changes, right? It says, and his thoughts troubled him, like, oh shit, you know. It says, so that the joints of his loins were loosed, and his knees smote one against another. Hey, because hey, you know, when the Lord basically makes his presence known, hey, you know, and you got to think, because hey, these men thousands of years ago, man, hey, they were much, you know, mightier than the so-called man today. You see, these men today, man, they're weak, you know, and you know, the water the Yawakal, because coming into the truth, and we're coming back into true manhood, right? These men today, man, they're sword boy babies, man. You know, estrogen levels are at an all-time high from, you know, when it comes to the men. The estrogen levels are at an all-time high. You know, these men, these so-called men, they're more effeminate than they have ever been, right? But hey, back during that time, hey, you know, men were definitely more manly back then. You know, but hey, seeing this sight, man, hey, you know, seeing this sight, hey, the Lord knows how to put fear in people, man. You know, had this man shook, right? And that's what's going to take place today. That's what's going to take place today. You get that in Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 30. Matter of fact, I start at verse 1. Because, hey, I got time. You know, I got time. So Jeremiah 30:1, the word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord saying, because you see, again, man, you see, when it comes to this word, man, this is not of us. You know, this ain't of us whatsoever. You know, hey, when Yahweh Shema Shai set up these men to speak on his behalf, right? You don't read in the scriptures how, hey, Jeremiah he spoke his own words, and Isaiah, all these men, they spoke their own words. No, man, they spoke what was told of them. Because hey, it's the same thing today. It's the same thing today. We don't speak our words. The hell with our emotions, how we feel, right? If you get it, then cool. But if you don't, so be it. Isaiah 58:1. Hey, lift up thy voice. Spare not, cry aloud. Spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Hey, we don't care how you feel. Like I said, if you take this in the right way, then cool. But I can tell you how about Shema Shah. But hey, if this makes you feel some type of way, then you take it up with your how about Shema Shai. Because hey, as the apostles always say, man, we're not catering to anyone's feelings. You got to leave your emotions out of this, especially when it comes to reading this Bible, man. You can't read this Bible with a Western type of mindset, right? Because like I just said, hey, going into these so-called men, this is the lowest we've been ever, man. As far as the men of Israel and even men in general, because like I said, hey, these are the softest, weakest men of all time. And why is that? Because hey, we've been born into this captivity and we've been raised under this westernized way of doing things. This westernized way of doing things. You look at these guys like Vladimir Putin, man. Hey, man, he basically talks shit and talks down on how America is just, basically, because here it is, everything is all reversed. Here it is, the men are hella weak. Like I said, estrogen levels are at an all-time high in men, right? And it's supposed to be, it's because that's what pretty much causes these so-called men to be so weak and effeminate. Because when it comes to your estrogen levels, hey, that's supposed to be in the women. That's supposed to be something that women develop. But again, everything in this society is like it's role reversed. Here it is. You got these women. Their testosterone are all high, right? Those are chemicals that's supposed to be developed in a man. But here it is, women. Their testosterone levels are all high. These women they're aggressive men. It's just completely reversed in this society. And this guy Vladimir Putin, he was basically talking shit at the fact, how these things are running over here in Babylon the Great, and he was right. That's why I say, hey man, the water to Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Coming into this truth, man, we're coming back into real manhood. Things are going back to the way that they're supposed to be. Again, we're in that transitionary period, right? That transitionary period, man, because hey, righteousness has to be established on this earth. It's just like, how much longer is Yahweh Shema Shai going to sit back and allow this wickedness to run rampant out here, man? How much longer? And you see, because this is, when it comes to Esau and his madness, this is something that he's spewing throughout the four corners of the earth. Let me see if I can get this real quick. And it's, excuse me, man, because I'm excited, man, and I'm kind of all over the place. But my spirit is, I've been in a rejoicing mood because, hey, the Lord is moving on the behalf of His elect, and to the hopeful elect. Hey, we're almost out of here, man. So, see if I can find this. In the book of Job. bear with me real quick as I look for this. And you see, this is part of why a lot of these nations, man, a lot of these nations are in a shamble, man, because they pretty much they slept with this whore, right? And they pretty much they are feeling the burn now. You see, because just look at Afghanistan. You know, before America went into Afghanistan and planted their madness, all right, spewed their poison. Hey, their women were in order, you know, covered up from head to toe, right? You know, for the most part, their women, they knew how to be women. But ever since America went over there and spread its madness, spread its poison, hey, now you got women over there twerking, you know, women driving, you know. But when you look at recent events, ever since America pretty much left Afghanistan, hey, they're pretty much establishing order back over there, you know, and they're setting their women back in order, you know. So that's just a small example of how, hey, man, everything. America spreading his poison. You know, America goes into these different nations, right? Spreads their democracy, and this is why these nations, man, they're in shambles, man. And this is part of why you have uproars of the people all over the place. All right, governments are failing, man, because of this democracy that they've adopted, right? It's destroyed their economies, right? Like I said, women are all out of order, you know, men are already effeminate, you know, and this is why. Hey, a lot of these nations, they want Esau out their countries. You know? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe one of the U.S. embassies, I don't know if it was in Iran, but one of those nations over there in the Middle East, man, they like attacked a U.S. embassy. You know? Last year it came out in Africa, how they were beating the shit out of Esau, wanting them to get the hell out their nation. Want them to get the hell out of their country, man. You know? In some cases, hey, man, they were stoning Edomites to death. They were beating the shit out of Esau over there. You know, stoning them to death publicly. You know, they didn't get two shits. Because, hey, again, Esau and his democracy, his madness, his poison, like I said, a lot of these nations, they have slept with the whore, and now they're feeling the burn. So now a lot of these nations, man, they want Esau out, man. You know? So this whole earth, man, as it tells you in the book of Romans, the 8th chapter, the whole earth is groaning, man. You know, the whole earth is coming up against Esau. You know, and that was a curse going way back to Cain, which if you have reason to receive, right? You know, Cain came back as Esau. You know, so the whole earth is against Esau, man. You know, and hey, man, this is the curse that devoured the whole earth. Right? So, let's see if I can find this, Lord's will. No, I can't find it. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue. But hey, if the Spirit wants to bring it out another time, then so be it. But nevertheless, because I was just trying to just show the point how Esau, you know, in his madness, spreading his poison throughout all these different nations, as I said before. Spreading his democracy, planting his seeds of wickedness in all these other nations. And like I said, this is why a lot of these nations, man, they're in an uproar. And even more so, they want Esau out their countries, man. But hey, it was prophesied for this to happen because, hey, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So, it was prophesied for it to happen like that anyways. It was set up like that. But even with that being said, going back to the fact that, like I said, men, especially here in America, all right, this is the worst batch of men ever, man. The weakest, the most effeminate soy boys ever, right? And even though Esau has spread a lot of his madness and a lot of these other nations, all right, a lot of these men in these other nations, especially a lot of them in those Middle Eastern cultures, man, a lot of them still have some form of masculinity to them, because they a lot of them are they were basically a lot of them are basically warriors, man. Like you look at a lot of those guys, over there in the Middle East, man. Even places like Russia, man. Hey, man, listen, man. Videos have surfaced. Hey, how these guys, man, they train in 5 degrees snow, 5 feet of snow, man. Below freezing temperatures, man. A lot of these guys are trained up to be warriors. You see, and hey, when that type of masculinity comes to America, Babylon the Great, it's not gonna be something that these people are not ready for. Because they've been so dumbed down, they're so docile. You talk about toxic masculinity when there's no such thing as toxic masculinity, man. A man is supposed to be exactly that, a man. A man is supposed to have a certain dog about it, man. But again, these so-called men in this society, again, specifically America, all right, these so-called men have been so dumbed down, so docile, man. A lot of these dudes, man, they give their strength into these women. This is why a lot of relationships don't work out. Families are falling apart. Divorces. The whole 9 yards, man. Because these men, they don't know how to put their foot down. They don't know how to lead. Because, hey, oftentimes going into these women, which the word woman alone, when you look into the word, it actually goes into a female servant. So a woman's role is to serve her man, whether it be her father or whether it be her husband. All right, she doesn't have a father. Well, hey, she's supposed to serve her. Excuse me, if she doesn't have a husband yet, she's supposed to serve her father, because that's the role of a woman. She's supposed to serve. But a lot of these so-called women, they become so useless. Right? This whole independent, I could do bad all by myself. I don't need a man. Well, hey, as brothers say all the time, you keep that same attitude when all hell breaks loose out here. You keep that same attitude when Jacob's trouble hits, thinking that you don't need a man. You keep that same attitude. All right? Because what are you gonna do when 100 troops are surrounding your house, right? You're Miss Independent, right? You could do bad all by yourself, right? You keep that same attitude, man. You keep that same energy. Again, just showing the point that, hey, these women have become so useless. These women, they don't know how to cook. They can't do shit, man. They just become so useless. And I often speak on that fact, but hey, a lot of these so-called men, they're useless as well, man. These men, man, they give into anything. They don't know how to stand up for anything. Hey, man, if you're a man, you have to stand for something, man. If you're calling yourself a man, you have to stand up for something. These so-called men, they just just walking around here, just clueless, not knowing what the hell to do, what's going on. So this is why, hey, man, you talk about a global reset. Well, a real global reset is about to take place. All right, because again, the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai are going to be established on this earth. You see, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to touch this place. This place is going to start getting shaken up. You thought 2020 was the worst year? You just wait. 2022, y'all gonna see some shit y'all ain't never seen before. And these are the times that we're coming into. The Lord is going to ramp things up. Things are going to intensify. As we've been telling you people for years, things are only going to get more intense out here. You think it's bad in Kazakhstan? You just wait. That shit's coming to America. All right? 7-fold, 100-fold. It's going to get so bad out here. Going back to this in Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 2. Thus speaketh Yahweh, power of Israel, saying, write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in the book. For lo, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith Yahweh, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. So like I said before, go to see how Yahweh Shai, he's going to be the one to set us in our land. All right, we're not going to just walk over there. We're not going over there in ships. Yahweh Shai is going to set us in our land. So this whole thing going back to 1948, when they proclaimed that was prophecy being fulfilled of the Jews, going back into no, man, right? It says and these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and Judah, and concerning Judah. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. All right? Because man, you people, like I've been saying, you think that shit is all sweet. You think everything is all handy-dandy. Jack really thinks that things is going to get better. They think this is going to be a new year, new me, right? People are really looking forward to 2022 because 2021 was so bad, right? Hey, again, we've been telling you, it's only going to get worse out here. All right, because we're not in the time of peace. We're not in the time of coming together and singing kumbayas, man. All hell's getting ready to break loose out here. All right, because what's the opposite of peace? Chaos. Right. So hey, we're not in the time of peace. There's no peace coming. All right, it's only going to get worse out here before it gets worse. Before eventually it gets better, and ultimately we get the kingdom. So there's no peace coming to America. Things are not going to get back to quote unquote normal. All right, things are not getting better out here in America. All right, here it is. They're coming out with all these new, variants, right? Which is going to justify them in locking things back down, more draconian laws, right? Because hey, that's how the devil. That's one of his crafty tools, man. Attacking our livelihoods. This is what we're going to start seeing. As I often quote brothers, hey, prepare or get comfortable with with being uncomfortable, because life for all of us, every man, woman, and child, specifically here in America, all right, life is going to get very harsh, man. It's going to get very rough out here. So hey, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, we've been preparing ourselves, getting our house in order. Scripture say, get ye ready to the battle. Hey, man, spiritually, it's going to be, hey, mentally, it's going to be, hey, we're coming into that time. As I mentioned earlier, the hour of temptation, man, this is something that's going to befall everyone on the earth. All right? And there's no escaping it. We're all going to have to be here to endure it. But like I said, the difference is whether Yahweh Shai, the Spirit is with you or not. Whether the Spirit is with you or not, whether you're covered or not. All right? So as we get closer and closer into that time, right? Again, Jeremiah 30:5, for thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. So again, what's the opposite of peace? Chaos. Because we're not in the time of peace. We're not in the time of coming together singing kumbayas. Shit is about to ramp up out here. All hell is getting ready to break loose out here. It says, ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Basically scared shitless. And again, because this is talking about men. These so-called men. Right? When this day comes, hey, you're going to have, men are going to be turned out, man. They're going to be turned into women. And if that's the case, you can imagine how the women are going to be, because, hey, the scriptures tell you, women, they're the weaker vessel. Right? And again, going back to, hey, this whole Miss Independent, I can do bad all by myself. Hey, see how far that gets you. See how far that gets you. Hey, man, brothers, hey, man, we ain't gotta, because, brothers have desires and whatnot. We're all in the flesh. Brothers have those desires and whatnot. And, a lot of times brothers try to shoot their shot, they get rejected and whatnot. Don't worry about it, man, because for one, it's better to ride alone in this time that we're coming into anyways, right? Because the scriptures talk about how for those that have wives, be as though you don't have one at all, man. Because, hey, in that day to come, hey, women and children, they could possibly be a burden. You know, and the scriptures go into how if you don't have a wife, hey, man, it's better to be alone, a lone wolf, man. It's better to ride the waves alone, man. It's better to be by yourself. It's better that way. Because, hey, the women, they're going to come. All right? When Isaiah 4:1 hits, hey, like I said, brothers, we've got nothing to worry about. Our time is going to come. You know? We suffered our humiliation long enough. You know? We've been at the bottom of the barrel long enough. Hey, our time is coming. Like I said before, Yahweh Shemel Shai, he's not going to suffer his saints forever. Brothers is not going to be out here, you know, teaching and trying to warn our people forever. Nah, man. Brothers is not going to be putting up shows and lessons forever, man. You know, eventually what the Lord said he was going to do is going to play out. Eventually it's going to pan out, man. And these are the times that we're coming into. And when that time comes, hey, you best believe, hey, you know, as the scriptures say, a man of the Lord is going to be more precious than fine gold, man. Right? Because hey, you're going to have men flocking to a man of the Lord as well. You know, seeking that protection. Because it's spiritual, man. And this is another thing I was planning on doing video on. About how, hey, man, because brothers often say that, hey, you know, the time is coming to where some brothers, man, they're going to be in positions to where they're going to have to lead and direct and judge certain matters. You know, brothers are going to be in positions to where, hey, man, you know, they're going to have to deal with Jake. You know, because all of the elect don't consist you know, all of the elect are not going to be teachers and prophets, so on and so forth. You know, you have the prophets and the teachers, so on and so forth. But you got the innumerable amount of men, women, and children that the Lord destined. You know, He predestined them, all right, to give them that mercy to be saved. You know, and amen. Some of those elect, like I said, when Isaiah 4:1 comes. A lot of women are going to be flocking to a man in the Lord, but you're going to have other brothers flocking to a man in the Lord, man. You know, like I said, you know, some brothers are going to have to judge certain matters and you know, deal with Jake. You know. So again, Jeremiah 30:6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. So why is this going to be so? Why is it? What's going to have it to where, hey, these men are basically going to be turned out? They're going to be as women. You know, what's going to cause this to happen? In read verse 7, it says, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Because Daniel 12:1, hey, this is going to be the worst time in history. All right. Like I said, hey, Yahweh Shema Shai, he's going to open up a level of judgment, death, and destruction that the earth has never seen before. Never seen before. And in so much, it's not going to be a day or a time period to come after. It says, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So you see, again, going into the emphasizing the he. All right, because again, going back to you women that you think you can miss big and bad, I can do it bad all by myself, right? Well, hey, the Lord is going to show you why you're going to need a man in that day. Because when you read in Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, starting at verse 4, right, it talks about how, hey, man, Lord, He's going to set a mark upon the men, the Israelite man, all right? And all those that don't come up under His umbrella, hey, they're going to be killed, all right? So, like I said, with Isaiah 4:1, right, 7 women taking hold of one man in that day. Well, hey, you're going to have men, women, and children flocking to a man in the Lord. All right? You know? So, hey, again, because it said, but he shall be saved out of it. Again, emphasizing how important a man in the Lord is going to be in that day. So, like I said before, hey, brothers, we've got nothing to worry about, man, because our time is coming. You see, our time is coming. There's going to be a different spirit out here. All right? There's going to be a different spirit out here, man. Because while everyone else is out here lamenting and crying, you know, wailing, right? Hey, the men of the Lord, man, they're going to be laughing at you people, man. They're going to be rejoicing. when everyone is dying of famine, man, hey, the men of the Lord, they're going to be eating, drinking. It's going to be a whole spirit out here. You know, hey, the men of the Lord, they're going to shine in that day, man. They're going to shine in that time. So, like I said, hey, our time is coming, but we got nothing to worry about. If we stay diligent, endure to the end, because, hey, even before the missiles come, hey, the scriptures talk about how the Lord is going to make known who his men are. Matter of fact, I'll get that. Matter of fact, let me just pull it up. Because, again, you know, when things get bad out here, all right, when it gets bad, it's not a matter of if, but when it does get bad out here, and everyone is running around like his chicken with his head cut off, hey, the men of the Lord, they're going to be, their head is going to be on their shoulders. They're going to be straight. You know? So, Second Esdras. Second Esdras. I'll start at verse 70. Second Esdras 16, verse 70. For there shall be in every place. All right, again, all provinces of Babylon. You know, you got people trying to. They're talking about these mass exoduses in certain provinces of Babylon, like California and New York. You know, a lot of these democratic states, man, people are trying to get the hell up out of Dodge because, you know, hey, they clamping down. Well, hey, it's just a matter of time before it gets bad everywhere. All right, all America's going to be under fire. All right, this whole place is going up in flames. You know, as well as, you know, different parts of the earth wherever the elect are scattered, right? You know, but again, more specifically here in America, Babylon the Great, because this is where the majority of the men of the Lord are, the majority, bulk of the prophets are. All right, the elect are. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. All right, because you gotta understand, man, as long as there's one Israelite, a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian male around, there's always gonna be a threat to this so-called New World Order. All right, you know, because hey, the Lord can raise up His Spirit, put His Spirit in them, to you know, raise them up to be prophet and to speak against the society, speak against the kingdom. All right, because you see, as far as 2/3, man, Esau's got them. You know, Esau's not worried about them. You know, and going back to what I was mentioning before with this whole clamp down on the internet, because again, hey, this truth is out there. You know, how do you combat lies? You combat it with the truth. And you see, Esau, his whole thing, like I said, you know, one of his tools, one of his many cunning tools, is deception. All right, Isaiah 61, you know, going into that darkness and gross darkness to people, how darkness covers the whole earth. Because again, Job 9:24, the earth given into the hand of the wicked, right? And gross darkness to people, you know, keeping them in that state of slumber, keeping them in that state of ignorance, not knowing. Well, like I said, how do you combat the truth? Or excuse me, how do you combat the lie? You combat it with truth, and the truth is out there. This is that light that's shining that shines in a dark place. All right. So, like I said, as long as there is an Israelite man around, right? More so, because gotta look at it like this, not with cockiness, but confidence. Hey, you know, if we're diligent, man, you know, if we're sincere, and the Lord knows if we're sincere or not, man. You know, hey, we can look at ourselves as, you know, that beacon of light wherever we're at. You know, we're that beacon of a light. All right. Of course, through Yahweh Shai, because He's our light. All right. You know. So, like I said, as long as you have that beacon of light around, hey, there's always going to be a threat to the darkness. There's always going to be that threat to the darkness. Right. And that's the problem. An Israelite man walking around with this truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's the problem. So this is what Esau, this is why, like I read in Revelation 12:12, hey, they're going to come against those that possess this light, this truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right? It's just a matter of time before they make their move. You see? So again, 2 Ezra 16-70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Alright? Because, hey, everything that Esau's done, everything that he's tried to do, all the billions and trillions of dollars that they put, and all the research and resources that they put into this, right? It hasn't worked. You know? It hasn't worked. So, I just mentioned this in the video, man. Hey, Esau, he's going to revert back to what he always reverts back to. His blessing, the sword, violence. That's all he knows. All right? He's a violent man. That's all he knows. That's how he's got everything that he's obtained is come by way of violence. That's all he knows. So, hey, the time is going to come where, hey, they're going to come against the Israelites, Israelites from all camps, they're going to come against all of us. All right? And this is where, like I said, hey, he's going to revert back to his blessing, the sword. All right? So again, verse 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none. Because, hey, Yahweh Shemashah, he's going to put a cold spirit. Hey, and it's beautiful because, again, laying back off of this situation in Kazakhstan, hey, Russia sent in a peace, what do they call them? I think they're called peacekeepers. Yeah, Russia sent peacekeeping forces. All right, pay attention to the words that they use. Peacekeeping forces over there in Kazakhstan to calm everything down. So hey, when I comes here to America, all right, when things get so bad here, here in America, and they send those peacekeeping forces, right? Those UN troops, those blue hats, all right? Hey, they're not going to play no games with you. They're not going to play no games with you, man. Because again, it says they shall be like madmen. 2 Ezra 16, verse 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none. Right? Men, women, and children, man. They're not going to give a damn about you people. Here it is, you Americans are already despised so much. Like I said, man, hey, man, these nations, even other Edomites, and like in Europe, man, they hate these American Edomites. So these Americans, they're already despised as it is, man. These other people in these other nations, they already hate you Americans as it is, right? So when they bring those peacekeeping troops over here, hey, man, it's going to be a wrap. They're not going to play no games with you. And that's the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah. He's going to put a spirit of just mercilessness, man. They're not going to play no games with you people. You people thinking that you have quote-unquote rights. Well, y'all going to find out when them troops come over here. Them foreign troops come over here. Y'all going to find that out. Y'all ain't got no rights. All right? There's all nothing but a piece of paper, an illusion. Y'all are going to come to find that out. Right? It says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Because eventually they're going to come against, like I said, ultimately they're going to try to come against the men of Yahweh Shemashah. All right? Those beacons of light. Wherever brothers is at, man, hey, they're going to, crack down, and come against, they're going to come against the saints, man. You see? And hey, this is when the standard is going to be lifted. Spiritual power is coming on the behalf of the elect men of Yahweh Shemashah. Right? So reading on, it says, verse 72, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So hey, like the example that I use, you want to be Miss Independent, I can do battle by myself. What are you gonna do when you have a 100 troops, right? 100 troops surrounding your apartment complex. What are you gonna do then? You know, and you know, they're kicking in each door at a time, man, snatching people up, you know, raping it and you know, spoiling, right? And you're hearing this, man. You're hearing, you know, each door getting kicked in, and you know, they're getting closer and closer. You know, then they you know, at your neighbor's house, right next door, kicking their door in. You know, and she's another so-called Miss Independent, I can do battle by myself woman. Both of y'all been, you know, you know, both of y'all are cool, and you know, y'all have hung out and committed all type of wickedness and adultery. You know, committed threesomes together, done all type of wicked acts. Well, her door's getting kicked in, right? And you hear her screaming, you hear her kids screaming, right? You hear gunshots, right? You know, hear her pleading for her life, right? You know, so on and so forth. Now you next. You know you next, man. You know, what then? What are you gonna do then? You see? You're gonna wish you had a man in that day. It says verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, right? Hey, like I said, in that day, the men of the Lord, hey, like I said, when they make their move, hey, Yahweh Shema Shai, he's going to exalt the right hand. When the left hand comes, the Lord is going to exalt the right hand. Like I said, brothers are going to be getting spiritual powers, right? All types of spiritual interventions are going to be taking place on behalf of the elect men of the nation of Israel. All right? You know, and like I said, hey, it's going to be made known in that day who the Lord is dealing with. Like I said, you know, hey, there's going to be a cold spirit on the men of the Lord, man. There's going to be a different type of spirit on the men of the Lord. While everyone else is out here dying, perishing, starving to death, like I said, the men of the Lord, the Israelite men, all right, they're going to be eating, rejoicing, and they're going to be laughing at you people. Because, hey, contrary to what this world teaches, the Lord is not all love, right? The Lord, he brings calamity, right? And if you've been wicked, hey, the Lord, he mocks at your calamity. He laughs at your calamity. Believe it or not, the Lord laughs at people, man, when they get jacked up. You know? And hey, that's the spirit that, hey, the men of the Lord are going to have, man. Especially those of these people that have done us wrong, man. You know? I know brothers put curses up on people, man. You know, and hey, it's just a matter of time before, hey, the Lord executes, you know, on our behalf, man. You know, because it's not like, you know, brothers just put curses up on people for no reason at all, man. You know? Especially if you're like a real, you know, because someone like me, man, I'm very cool, man. I'm very laid back. It takes a lot for me to get out of character, right? You know, it's not like, you know, I put curses up on individuals, man. It's not like I just give out curses left and right. No, man. It's almost a rare thing if I put curses up on people, man. You know? So, you know, brother that's, you know, cool and laid back, man, to the point where, you know, someone does something just stupid, right? You end up putting curses up on the man, you know? It's just a matter of time, hey, because, you know, I had a situation with, you know, some old witch in my apartment complex, right? You know, for whatever reason, I'm sure it's just the demons that are on her, because, hey, them spirits, they know, they recognize, you know, they recognize, you know, them spirits know, all right? And every time I come around her, man, you know, she might say something, or you know, make some type of gesture or whatever the case may be, because I know she has a problem with me for whatever reason. I've done nothing to her. I haven't said anything to her, you know. But just for whatever reason, you know, it's just on her spirit too. Every time she comes around me, you know, I can just sense that she don't like me, and that's cool. Because even my demon, my wife, hey, she told me one day, she did something, right? I was walking down the stairs and she was walking up the stairs, so we passed each other. Right? And my demon told me, because, you know, I wasn't paying attention, I don't give a shit, right? As long as you don't put your hands on me, I don't give a shit what you do, what you say. All right? But, you know, that happened. I walked past her, we walked past each other. My demon told me she had said something. And I told her, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't give a shit. You know? And that's why, hey, I put curses up on her ass. You know? This was like a year ago. You know, and every time I see her, and, you know, hey, I know it's just a matter of time before the Lord exits her out, man. Punches her ticket in. It's just a matter of time, man. You know, because I believe she tried to, and this is just my opinion, all right, because I went through some physical ailments. I was dealing with some physical ailments, you know, and I believe that she put, you know, she tried to put some voodoo witchcraft, or, you know, try to cast some spell or whatever. You know, it could have been the Lord just judging me and, you know, dealing with me, but I have the feeling that she tried to put some witchcraft on me or whatever, right? You know, but hey, nevertheless, I'm still here through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, the scriptures talk about how no enchantment working against the children of Israel, roughly paraphrasing it. You know, but hey, like I said, you know, I put curses up on her, and it's just a matter of time before the Lord executes. Because, hey, you know, the Lord, hey, he don't play about his men. You know, the Lord don't play about his men. And I'm, you know, just hoping and praying to be one of those men, right? You know, the scriptures say putting on, because, you know, we don't know if you're of the elect, but, you know, we put on the works as if we are of the elect. You know, because, hey, if you're of the elect, hey, the elect, they're going to partake in this work. They're going to partake in this harvest, man. They're going to do the work and do that which is required of them, right? So we put on the work as if we are of the elect. You know, so like I said, hey, you know, I walk around confidently in confidence, all right, believing that, hey, Lord's will, I'm one of those men, you know, Lord's will, you know, and hey, going back to the point, it's going to be made manifest in that day. All right, it's going to be made known in that day who the elect are. Right? So going back to 2 Ezra 16, verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen. And they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Because, hey, it's already written for the elect to win. They already have the victory. It's just a matter of these things actually playing out. These things have to play out. All right? You know? So while Yahweh Shema Shai is jacking everyone else up, because like I said, there's no such thing as a pre-rapture doctrine, all right? No one's getting saved before the Great Tribulation. No, man, we're all going to have to endure this, right? It's like I've been saying. The only difference is whether the Lord his spirit is dealing with you or not. It's just a matter of, hey, if you're under that hedge of protection or not, all right? You know? So like I said, or like I read, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire, all right? Because, hey, we have to be proven. You know, we have to be proven. And this is going to be the time where, hey, these things are going to be manifested, you know, because, hey, when everyone else is, matter of fact, when you read up, I'm going to jump up to verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. And this is a precept of Revelation 12 and 12, right? The devil knowing that he have but a short time, hey, you know, he's going to make his move, right? It says, and they shall take you away, certain of you, and they shall take away certain of you. You see, because it said they shall take away. You know, it didn't say nothing about them asking nicely, you know, or you know, begging or anything like that. No, man. You know, it said they shall take you away, right? And they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And ultimately, going into the charagma, Revelation 13, 16 and 17. Because like right now, man, you have a bunch of these stations to where you can get the Vanessa, you can get that you know, get that poison juice, right? Where soon, in Babylon the Great, in America, you're going to see stations, you know, FEMA camps, right? You know, and soon, could you see with the whole Vanessa thing, the whole Vanessa campaign, that's going to be phased out. All right? That's going to be phased out, and it's going to be a thing of the charagma, all right? The MOTB. All right, and that's going to be the new thing. Come on down to your station, nearest to you, and get the charagma, man. You know, get that thing, man. And you see, a lot of people are going to be willingly going in, right? You know, and some people, you know, they're gonna go down to those stations, those FEMA camps, right, to never be heard of again. But for some people, right, they're going to be let back into society, and they're going to be able to, as the prophet states, buy and sell. You know, they're going to be a functioning member in society. You see, and this is why, hey, they're because they're trying to usher in this new system, right? They're trying to usher in this new system, but in order for them to do that, they have to crash the old system. So in order to be a part of this new system, you have to partake in that charagma. You got to take the charagma. You see? And being that these people, man, they're so comfortable, right? And again, Going back to Esau, how he works, how he operates, his craftiness, right? So going back to Esau and his craftiness, like I said before, you know, he's going to play on our livelihoods. Because again, in order to go to the store and you know, get basic necessities, man, you know, we're talking about basic stuff that we need to live, you know, and in order to continue to basically live, all right, you're gonna have to take that charagma, man. That's how the devil operates, man. You know, like the saying goes, man, hey, the devil don't fight fair. You're right. And this is what's gonna cause a Kakistan 2.0 here in America. All right, you know, people are gonna when it gets so bad to the point where, hey, as the saying goes, you back that cat into a corner, man, it's gonna come out swinging. And you see, Esau, he's gonna back these Americans into a corner so tightly. All right, this is when the seditious message is gonna come. This is when people. This is when you're really gonna have uproars of the people. You thought this whole January 6th back in last year that took place, the storming of the Capitol, you thought that was bad, right? You know, when that was pretty much a setup, man. That was a psyop. Well, you just wait until these people really lose their mind and go batshit, man. You know, these people really lose, you know, all sense of humanity. Because as I always say, hey, these people, they're going to revert back to a brute, a beast-like state, man. All right? No sense of reality whatsoever. All right? So, hey, man, you know, eventually it's going to come. These people are really going to turn up. They're going to turn on one another, man. As the scripture said, as I read before, hey, the Lord is not coming to send peace. We're not in a time of peace. This is not a time to come together and sing kumbayas, man. We're in a time of war. We're in a time of judgment. You know, the Lord is getting ready to open up a level of destruction that we have never seen before. And the stage is being set. The stage is being set, man. You know, this is why, hey, you know, I do the videos, man. You know, what's to come to America, what you can expect, especially here in 2022, right? People are so optimistic it's going to get better. Things are going to get back to normal. Well, you just wait. Because all the things that we've been reporting on, such as Kazakhstan and Myanmar, all these other places, hey, it's just a matter of time before it comes to America, Babylon the Great. And when it comes here, hey, it's going to hit this place the worst. All right, because hey, the Lord is reserving judgment for this place. All right, saving the best for last. America, the Lord is saving this place for last, man. So when it hits America, it's going to hit this place the worst. All right? What you see going on in certain places like Venezuela and, you know, Afghanistan, man, they're selling their kids off, man. Families are selling their daughters off just for food. Well, that's coming to America. All right, 100-fold. It's gonna be. You think this bad over there? It's gonna hit it much worse over here. You know, hey, the scriptures go to how, hey, man, a lot of you are you're gonna become a spoil, man. As it just said here, man. In 2 Ezra 16. 2 Ezra 16 is 72 again. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. And you see? Matter of fact, I'll read verse 71 again. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So some of you are going to become the spoil. Some of you are going to become the booty. Some of you are going to be the ones being taken away and being taken into captivity, right? Used as sex slaves and whatever it is. Because like I said before, hey, there's a real, because like I said before, man, hey, these so-called men in America, man, these are the most effeminate, most dumbed down, docile men ever. Well, hey, the Lord is going to bring a very masculine spirit over here, especially when them troops start invading this land. Right? When the Russian troops start invading this land, when them peacekeepers start coming over here, them blue hats, all right? You know, you crying about toxic masculinity. Well, hey, you know, what are you going to do when you have rifles, you know, they're shoving rifles down your throat while they're raping your wives and your children, man? You know? Like I said, man, hey, man, these people, when they come over here, man, they're not coming to play no games with you people. You see? But somehow, some way, Yahweh Shem El Shai He's going to have it to where, hey, his men are going to be protected. All right? His elect are going to be protected. All right? And this is how, verse 73, it says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Because again, this is just for the hopeful elect, this is just going to be our proving grounds, you know. Because again, you know, the elect are already written to receive the victory. It's just that these things have to be manifested, and we have to be proven first. All right. It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. All right. So again, in that day, hey, the elect are going to be revealed, man. You know, they're going to be shown. The Lord's He's going to make it known to everyone who He was dealing with this whole time. The ones that you counted out, man. Hey, the Lord He's going to exalt His men in that day. So this is why I say, hey, man, you know, our time is coming, man. Though we're counted as fools for Hamashiach right now, you know, hey, the time is going to come where, like I quoted, hey, the men of the Lord are going to be precious in that day, man. You know, as fine gold. You know, so we just got to sit back, suffer patiently, and we got to wait. Our time is coming. You know, those will be of that man. Our time is coming, man. All right. Matter of fact, I read verse 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand. Again, you thought 2021 was bad. Hey, 2022, Yahweh Shema Shai is turning up. It ain't getting no easy out. It ain't getting no better out here. And you see, that's the scary thing about it, because again, these people are already in the spirit of America's going to bounce back. This is my year, new me bullshit, right? You know, these people really think that things are going to get back to quote unquote normal. But these people have no idea, man, because hey, at any given second, Yahweh Shema Shai, he could flip the switch just like that. At any given second, the Lord could turn up out here, man. You know, that's how we gotta walk around in our mindset, knowing that at any given second, Yahweh Shema Shai can turn up out here. You know, the Lord can cause all hell to break loose out here. You know, and hey, man, you walk around with that type of mindset, right? Then hey, that day's not going to catch you as a thief in the night. Because hey, today's January 6th, man. Yesterday, January 5th, they were supposed to activate those 5G towers. And you see, those of us in the know, hey man, we were expecting some shit out of a movie, man. Like that movie called Cell. You know, and you know, all these other movies where, you know, at the drop of a dime, people just started bugging out, man. You know, that's what we're expecting. And due to whatever excuses, you know, whatever reasons, right? They postponed it supposedly to January 19th. That's what they say they're going to activate those towers. But hey, knowing Esau, hey, he's a liar, man. You know, because they can activate it whenever, man. They can activate them towers whenever. It could be before January 19th. You know? So, hey, just walking around knowing the fact that, hey, man, it's just a matter of time, just like that. The Lord can flip the switch. You know, people start bugging out. People start freaking out. Right? And it's just all hell and all chaos, man. Planes dropping out the sky. It's just all hell breaking loose. You know? This is our mindset. And again, you walk around with that mindset, hey, that day's not going to catch you as a thief in the night. You know? So, verse 74 again. 2 Ezra 16 and 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand. But I will deliver you from the same. Alright? So, hey, like I said, somehow, some way, when it gets so bad out here, and it makes sense. It makes sense that the spiritual power has to come. Because again, if we're coming into the worst time in history, the worst time known to man, the worst time since this earth was ever, since the earth was created, right? It makes sense that the spiritual power has to come. Because, hey, the Lord, there's been different points in time in history where it wasn't, because so-called bad things have happened in past times, and even with that, hey, the Lord, He raised up a standard. You read the different accounts how the Lord did perform certain miracles on the behalf of our forefathers, right? Well, again, we're coming into the worst time in history. How much more now? The scriptures talk about how, hey, the Lord said that, hey, we're going to be performing greater works than He did, man. And the scriptures talk about how, hey, the Lord committed so many miracles that a lot of what He did, man, it's not even contained in the Bible, because everything that He did wouldn't be able to fit in the Bible. And again, the Lord said that, hey, He was going to, we will be doing more works than He did. So again, it just makes sense for the spiritual power to come, especially knowing the fact that we're coming into the worst time in history. We're coming into the worst time since the earth was created. It makes sense for the spiritual power to come. So hey, this is why verse 75 it says, "Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for God is your guide." Right? Because hey, as I've been saying, Jacob's trouble, it's not for us, man. That's not for the elect. So, hey, we got nothing to worry about. The whole for the elect, we've got nothing to worry about, man. The Lord's going to take care of us. I'm going to read this in Psalm chapter 68, verse 19. "Blessed be the Lord who daily loadeth us with benefits, even the power of our salvation, Selah." So, again, Yahweh Shema Shai, He gives us everything that we need, all right, when we need it, all right? And He's not late, man. He's not late with it. Just in the nick of time, as some people say, just in the nick of time. This is why, hey, it's important to endure unto the end. Hold fast that which thou hast until the very end. All right, and that can come in various ways for a lot of us. Because, like I said, hey, some brothers are going to be beheaded for this truth. All right, and hey, if that's your lot, hey, endure it until the end. Just know that you have a crown waiting for you at the end, on the other side, man. If you have to get beheaded for Yahweh Shema Shai, if you have to get beheaded for this testimony, man, all right, hey, just know that you did it, man. You ran your course. Like I said, you have a crown waiting for you, man. So when it comes to the elect, hey, whatever that may be, like I said before, as far as enduring it to the end, like I said before, so hey, a lot of us are going to be here when the missiles come. A lot of us are going to be here when the missiles come, and when the missiles come, it's not going to look good. But hey, what are you going to do? You're going to curse the Most High, or hey, you're going to hold fast unto your integrity until the end. Because hey, that's what it's going to come down to, man. That's what it's going to come down to. A choice, a decision. That's what the hour of temptation is all about. A decision is going to have to be made, right? It's either Yahweh Shema Shai or Esau. Because hey, Esau, he provides benefits too. He provides benefits too. And that's what gets a lot of our people. They think that just because he, giving out all this, printing out all this money out of thin air, and these food stamp programs and the welfare programs, our people really think that this man is God, man. He has this so-called great military, so on and so forth, man. Our people really think that this man is God. So, hey, when it comes down to it, hey, a lot of people, the majority of the people, they're going to choose Esau. They're going to choose Esau, man. And just to show you how bad it's going to get, the scriptures say, hey, if it were possible, even the elect would be deceived. So you see, the Lord had it set up to where the elect, they were already predestined to make it. You know, he put it in, he wired it in their DNA for them to get it. You know, because like I said, if he didn't, then even the elect would be deceived. Even the elect, the very elect would be deceived. You know? But hey, like I said, they were predestined from the very beginning to not bow down, man. So the elect, they're going to get it. And, you know, we're just hoping and striving to be a part of that number. Lord's will, man. Because it's going to get bad out here, man. It's going to get bad out here. It's going to get real bad out here. You know? It's going to get real bad out here, man. You know? Often talk about the bitter sweetness of the scriptures, man. You know? This truth, man, is sweet as honey, but it's bitter as well. Now we're coming into that bitter. We're coming into the bitter aspect of things, man. It's going to get bad out here, man. A lot of us are going to lose family. A lot of us are going to lose loved one. You know? But hey, judgment is necessary. Because again, how much more longer is Yahweh Shem Shai going to tolerate this wickedness? You know? How much longer, man? How much longer is the Lord going to suffer this place? How much longer is he going to suffer his saints? You know? You know, it's to the point where even if, I know I say this often, man, even if I don't make it, this Lord, please still destroy this place. Lord's will, I'm of that remnant. But even if I'm not, man, Lord, this place still has to be destroyed. Whether I'm of the elect or not. This place has to be destroyed, man. That's how vexing it is. You know? Well, hey, man, we're coming into that time. Matter of fact, I'm going to read that one more time. Read that one more time. Psalm chapter 68:19. Blessed be the Lord who daily loadeth us with benefits, even the power of our salvation, Shelah. So, Yahweh Shem Shai, he's the one that gives us our daily bread. He provides everything that we need. You know? Even for those objects that, you know, have gotten those stimulus checks and, you know, food stamps and all that, ultimately that was still Yahweh Shem Shai. You know? It was still Yahweh Shem Shai. So, you see, man, Yahweh Shem Shai, he's the one that gives us everything that we need, man, to sustain ourselves, to survive. It's not going to be any different when Jacob's trouble comes. It's not going to be any different when all hell breaks loose out here. You know? Because what does it tell you in Ecclesiasticus, man? The 2nd chapter. Hey, those that called on the Lord, right? When did he ever have them out here looking confounded, looking stupid? You know? Never. You know? Those that have always called upon the true names of Yahweh Shem Shai, the Lord always looked after them. You know, the scriptures go to how, hey, man, the angels encamp about those that fear and trust in Yahweh Shem Shai. The Lord, he knows who his elect are, all right? And he's watching them, you know? There's already a hedge of protection about the elect, all right? Wherever they go, you know? You know, there's already a hedge of protection about them. So, hey, like I read in 2 Ezra 16, man, the elect, the hopeful elect, we've got nothing to worry about. Like I said, hey, if you're doing your due diligence, man, if you're sincere, you know, then hey, you know, many are called, but few are chosen. And you know, hey, like I said, we've been called in this. If you're in this truth, obviously you've been called. So, hey, you know, your chances are you know, your chances are good. Our chances are good. We just gotta stay on this fine line, man, because we're coming into the time of the straight gate. We're coming into the time of the straight gate, man. But again, hey, we gotta suffer patiently. Suffer patiently, man. You know? So, again, hey, the Lord is the one that loading us with daily benefits. Like I said, it's not going to be any different. It's not going to be any different come Jacob's trouble and when all hell breaks loose out here. The Lord is going to provide a way for his saints. When you read Isaiah 59:19, and it goes into how the Lord is going to lift up that standard. All right? And when you go into how the Lord is going to lift up that standard, when you go into that word standard, it goes into how basically a way to escape. All right, let me get that. Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh. So you see, hey, that name, man, the name is important. You know, you had the Lord take this guy out, grab the news, right? And supposedly, the whole family is catching hell, man. I heard that his son was in the hospital. You know, the whole house is catching hell. Catching judgment. You see? And the Lord took this guy out, man. You know, and hey, man, you know, he was scoffing against the Messiah for so long, man. You know, just like a lot of these other groups, man, they downplay the role of Yahushai. You know, you got a lot of these people on the comment board, right? Talk about all praises to the Most High only, right? Just in complete disrespect to the Son. You know. And you see, hey, if you don't have the names of Yahweh and Yahushua, you ain't going to make it. Jesus is not going to save you in that day. You know? If anything, you try to call on Jesus in that day, you might bring yourself more harm than good. If anything. You know? So if you don't have the names of Yahweh or Yahushua, all right, then hey, man, the Lord's not going to hear you, man, because who did the Lord set up? Talk about the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Who did he set up? Because you got Jake talk about, you know, we're not supposed to worship. It's idolatrous to worship Yahushua. You know, you got Jake actually saying things like that. It's idolatrous to worship Yahushua. When the Heavenly Father Yahweh set up His own begotten Son to be worshipped. In order to worship the Heavenly Father, you got to go through the Son, man. And there was no other way. There was absolutely no other way. All right, Yahushua, He's the go-to. As a matter of fact, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, He's only dealing with Yahushua. It's not like we can deal with Yahweh Himself directly. No, the only one that the only one Yahweh is dealing with is listening to. The only one that Yahweh is hearing is Yahushua. So you're damn right we gotta worship Yahushua, man. You know, but you got niggas talking about that's it's idolatrous to worship Yahushua. See, and hey, this is an example. Look at this guy wrapped in news. The Lord took his ass out of there, man. He's through. You know? And hey, man, this is the year, man. This is the year. Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to turn up. You're going to see more judgment. All right? Things are only going to ramp up. It's only going to intensify out here. It's only going to get worse out here. You know? Because, hey, man, the Lord has to make a statement. The Lord has to make a statement. And again, when these plagues hit America, hey, listen, man. When these plagues hit America, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Because again, hey, the Lord's gonna make a statement. Like I said before, America, the Lord's gonna make so much of a statement with America that, hey, when this place gets hit. When this place gets turned into a lake of fire, right? Hey, man, this place is going to get hit so bad, it's never going to be rebuilt again. It's never going to be established by mankind again. All right? Because like I said, the difference between America and Israel, because both America and Israel are going to get hit with ICBM missiles and be completely destroyed. But America, the difference is America is never going to be rebuilt. Never going to be established again. This place is going to be a desert forever. The Lord's going to make that's the statement that the Lord's going to make with Babylon the Great. This place is going to be as a memorial forever. All right? So, hey, we're in the times where, hey, the Lord, He has to make a statement. And He's going to make that statement. And again, 2022, the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, is going to turn up. And we can't wait, man. We can't wait for the Lord to open up judgment, man. We can't wait for the Lord to eject this place up, man. We can't wait, man. Because again, I keep saying, how much longer do we have to suffer? How much longer do we have to tolerate? How much longer is Yahweh Shem Shai going to sit back and allow this wickedness to run rampant on this earth? And again, the judgment that America is going to receive is deserving, because America has been the main tool used by Esau, and even more so Yahweh Shem Shai. America was the main tool used in spreading this madness around the four corners of the earth. So the judgment is deserving. All right. So I'm gonna get this, because again, been saying it. We're gonna keep saying it. 2022 ain't gonna get no better. All right. This is the year Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna turn up. All right. So you can expect to see more things that you can't even explain go down. You know, but like I said, a lot of these plagues, they're already happening in different places. But you see, like I said, it's going to hit America so bad, because you see the thing, the Lord is going to hit, once it hits America, all these things are going to hit America at once. All right? You know, all these places are going to hit Babylon at once. And it's going to be like never before. Because you never really had a time to where the Lord was hitting the place with all these judgments at the same time. Well, that's going to be the case for America. The Lord's going to plague this place. He's going to hit this place in so many different angles. So many different angles, man. You know? So I'm going to get this. Because, hey, we're in a time now, because the scriptures talk about how, hey, the Lord said he was not going to prolong his word anymore. And we're in the time now where, hey, the Lord, because for a long time, you know, it just seemed like the Lord, you know, he did exactly that. You know, he was prolonging his word. Well, hey, we're in the time, the Lord, he's not prolonging his word anymore. Like I said, we're in the time where these things are going to be fulfilled. So I'm going to read this in Psalm chapter 119, verse 126. It says, it is time for thee, Yahweh, to work, for they have made void thy law. So, hey, man, we're in a time, the Lord, he's going to show out. The Lord is going to show out, man. You know, so this is the time the Lord, he's going to show out, man. He's going to read it again. It is time for thee, Yahweh, to work, for they have made void thy law. So, hey, like I said, we're in the time, the Lord, hey, you know, he's going to show forth his word, man. He's going to show out, man. You know, it tells you, I think that's Isaiah 28, going into the bringing his strange work to pass, man. Roughly paraphrasing things. Like I said, hey, the Lord, you're going to start seeing a lot of unexplainable things, man. A lot of more so-called strange weather anomalies taking place, and it's just going to be like, you know, these people are going to be like, what the hell is going on? You see? You know, because I said this before, hey, man, people give Esau too much credit. Well, hey, things are going to be happening to where, hey, these people are going to come to the understanding that, hey, this is of a higher power. You know? And what those guys was teaching on the street corners, man, they weren't so crazy after all. You know? They were actually right. You know? They were right. And you see, hey, you know? When Yahweh Shem Shai is jacking this place up in 1,000,001 ways, right? Hey, to us, it's not going to be surprised, because we were given insight, right? And then we tried to foretell you people. You know, we tried to warn you. So, what are you going to do? You know, what you going to do? And the answer is no. You're not going to be able to do anything, because hey, like I said, you're not going to be able to escape. Once Yahweh Shem Shai says these judgments, nobody's going to be able to escape. You're just going to have to deal with it. It's just going to be you, Yahweh Shem Shai, and you're just going to have to deal with it. You know? You're just going to have to deal with it, man. You know? So, yeah, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, everybody come out here. Another day. Barakatah Yahweh Shem Shai. With that, giving all praises to Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honors to my teachers, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Yahweh Shem Shai Barakatah. To you sincere believers, to the hopefully elect. You know, hey, man, Lord's will, man. We got to keep pushing. like I said, enduring it to the end. You know, through our suffering, you know, we are being made perfected. So suffer patiently, man. You know, trust in Yahweh Bashim Shai. And I'm gonna say this, man, because hey, utilize the names, man. You know, utilize the names of Yahweh and Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and you'll see the difference. Stop calling on Jesus. You know, stop calling on God. Actually, you utilize the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and you'll know the difference, man. I promise you. You'll see the difference, man. Things will start working out in your favor. You know, things will start working out on your behalf. You know, because hey, the names are important. You know, and I'll actually get that and close out on that. I'm gonna get that. So Proverbs, I'm sorry. Yeah, Proverbs chapter 18. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. The name of Yahweh Bashim Shai. And you see, because hey, these guys, Sakari, they have a problem with that. The fact that, you know, when we replace the Lord in all caps, sometimes you say Yahweh, you might say Yahweh Bashim Shai. Sakari, they have a problem with that. You know, but hey, because again, they're one of those guys, they're one of those groups, man. They have a problem with Yahweh Shai. They have a problem with the mediator. They have a problem with the one that the Heavenly Father Yahweh set up. All right, and in order to worship the Heavenly Father, you have to go through Yahweh Shai, man. That's just the order of things. All right, because we're on no level to deal with the Heavenly Father, man, directly. Right, so we need Yahweh Shai, but a lot of these guys, they have a problem with that. See, hey, again, like I said, start expecting more judgment, man. You know, especially in Israel, man. These so-called leaders, Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to start offering a lot of these guys, right? You know, because we need Yahweh Shai. We need Yahweh Shai. He's the captain of our salvation. All right? We need Yahweh Shai. Not his name is not Jesus. All right? It's not Yahushua. All right, so on and so forth, man. Again, if you don't know the names of Yahweh or Yahweh Shai, then hey, you ain't gonna make it, man. Because again, Proverbs 18:10, the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. So hey, only the elect are gonna utilize the names of Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. Only the elect. Only the elect, man. Not all praises to the Most High, only. All right. No, man. Yahweh Bashim Shai. That's who it's about. That's what it's about. All right. And again, only the righteous are going to run into it, and those that do, they're going to be safe. They're going to be all right. All right. So, like I said, hey, actually utilize the names of Yahweh Bashim Shai. You'll notice a difference, man. I promise you. So with that, Lord's will, this was edifying. Until the next time, Shalom.